All of my videos, all of my reels come from this particular corner of the room. This desk is where I spend most of my life, and in the past few months I have made big upgrades to make it work better and look cleaner, while also making sure that the elements that are close to my heart, like this lamp that changed my life, the journal that keeps me humble, and the sim tool that represents two very special things in my life, remain very much a part of this desk. This video will tell you how I, a newly independent creator, works, what other things you absolutely need to get if you're setting up your desk, and the things you might want to get to make it look a little better. First of the necessities as well, the desk itself. In my life, I worked on desks ranging from bad to wobbly to broken, so getting this upgrade is incredibly satisfying. This is a sit-stand desk and it is from Super Ergo. And in my experience, there are two things a work desk needs to get absolutely spot on in order to be ideal. First, it needs to have depth. Most desks I see are very wide but don't offer much in depth. More depth basically enables things like lamps lighting your desk better, or a monitor to be behind the laptop or keyboard without you feeling cramped for space ahead or behind the laptop. This desk, called the Apex, has 80 centimeters of depth. My older desk was wider than this one, but the better depth here actually makes this feel bigger than that desk ever felt. And a second very underrated thing that a desk needs to absolutely nail is how well put together the legs are. The stronger they are, the less the desk wobbles, which I have experienced a lot with desks I bought off the internet. And that also means that the desk can actually take more weight, because of which you can put more stuff on the desk itself. That is not an issue here. The legs of this desk are thick, the base is extremely strong and wide, so this desk can actually handle up to 120 kgs of weight. And also no monitor shaking while I type aggressive. But on top of all of this, if the desk can move up or down, that is the absolute beautiful bow tied on a gift of a desk. The Apex has that. It can move up or down while carrying that 120 kgs of weight. Anytime I'm working and I feel out of energy, standing up and then working on the same desk gives this secret boost of energy that I don't think people rate highly enough. And with my height of 5'11", it gets high enough that I can comfortably stand and work with elbows placed on the desk in a perfect L. And it also gets low enough for me to be able to carry that posture while I'm sitting. Both presets can be saved onto the controller of the desk. And if you're actually looking for a strong, well-built sit-stand desk, this one sells for 35,000 rupees. This is the third Super Ergo product I'm using and my experience has been stellar so far. Still, if you don't want to spend a lot of money for this functionality, which is fair enough, just make sure any desk you get follows the two rules I set. It needs to have great depth, plus it needs to have sturdy legs. And as for the chair, I've actually made a dedicated video about the chair that I'm sitting on, also telling you how to buy a chair itself. So I'll link it here, you can go watch. Now let's talk about the necessities on the desk itself. First one of those is a good desk mat. Does not matter if you work on a keyboard, a laptop or whatever. Make sure you get a big desk mat that you can place your peripherals on. Don't get a simple mouse pad in 2026, especially those printed ones. If there's nothing, just provides a small surface area for your mouse to work in. Get a massive one if you're a gamer, but if you're not, then just get a desk mat. What that does is give your mouse a bigger area to move on while separating your core peripherals from the rest of the desk. What I have is a vegan leather desk mat from Daily Objects. This is not sponsored. I bought this 2 years ago and the leather adds a texture to an otherwise plain desk. You can get any texture as long as it's not something printed, because if you get something printed and then you place different peripherals on it, it's going to look very hideous. So it's better not to do that. On the mat, you will find the 16-inch MacBook Pro. It has the M3 Pro and it edits all of the videos I make. And you will not believe the price I paid for it. I paid just 1.2 lakh rupees. For context, that's the price of a new M5 MacBook Air. I bought this used, of course, but I will be covering it in detail in one of my upcoming videos. Beside it is Logitech's MX Master 4. I bought this very recently simply because it was available on a good deal and my Master 3S, which is in white, got really dirty. Any mouse in this lineup is something I swear by. I have the Master 3 and 3S and both of them are perfectly usable to this day. The scroll wheel is metal, smooth with magnetic clicks. If you flick it hard enough, it will roll endlessly, which is massively helpful for scrolling Twitter, emails or an Excel sheet. The buttons are customizable per app, so I've set it up in a way that I can cut up my entire video with just the mouse in one hand and the shift key in the other. Plus the Master 4 comes with this button that I can use to lock the laptop with, or play pause a track, or just take a screenshot or through a single button. Now, if you don't want to spend 12,000 rupees for the Master 4, you can easily get the Master 3S for about 5 or 6,000 rupees every time there's a sale. And before I talk about the behemoth of a monitor that I have, let's talk about the life-changing lamp that I told you about earlier. This dial switches it on, changes the intensity of the light and also the color temperature. I can connect this to Wi-Fi and actually control this with Alexa or Google Assistant. And all of this came for just $24.99. I've had this lamp for about 6 years. And in November of last year, after making studio quality reels and seeing them fail every time, I decided I'm gonna drop the concept of a well-produced reel. I decided my iPhone's front camera will be shooting everything and the lighting will be handled by this lamp to create the feeling of a warm, cozy chat about tech in my reels. While switching on this lamp one fine day, I decided, okay, let's not preach about tech, let's just have a conversation and make people feel like I'm a friend who are there FaceTiming. And I started getting views. I went from 300 followers to 2,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 to the point that I started getting brand deals. And after being done with my day job, I decided not to look for another job, but actually go full time into creating reels and these videos. Now, I basically wake up every day with uncertainty, with anxiety of going independent, but at the same time, incredible excitement for being able to do the job I dreamt of 6 years ago when I uploaded my first video on this channel. That's exactly why I feel this lamp is life-changing. Even if it stops working one day, I'm just gonna put it in a glass box as a relic. But unfortunately, if you want this, you can't buy this in India. I will try to link something that is similar in the description. Now, as promised, the monitor. I'll be honest, I am not a PC gamer, yet I have a PC gamer's monitor. My good friends at Lenovo sent this over for me to try out, and honestly, this is crazy. It is a 34-inch QHD OLED monitor, which means any part of the screen that is black is actually black because the pixel is turned off. So instead of shadows looking like this on a normal monitor, they look like this. I get 180Hz of smooth scrolling and animations. If you're on a PC, you would get 240Hz. And if you look at the ports, one HDMI port is for when I set up the PS5 here, one for the M4 Mac Mini, and the USB-C port is for the most powerful USB-C cable I have ever owned. And the reason I say that is because this is a Thunderbolt cable. When I connect the cable from the monitor to the laptop, the display is extended to the monitor and the laptop is charged at 140 watts. So every time I leave my home, one cable is all I unplug and one cable is all I plug when I'm back. But I also have charging solutions for other stuff. I have this Ambrain charger that is the only Qi 2.2 charger I have found around 3,000 rupees. It will fast charge an iPhone or a Pixel wirelessly. It also charges my Apple Watch Ultra and the AirPods Pro 3 as well. This connects back to a 200 watt urban power hub which has 5 other ports. One of those is connected to a magnetic USB-C cable that can fast charge any phone. So wired charging is covered, and this power hub is connected to an extension board hung up by this tray behind the table, which ensures that the only plug that is connected to the wall from this table is the plug for the extension. All of the wires adapters move up or down with the table. Now with all the necessities covered, let's talk about the simple things or conveniences I have on this desk, along with small bits and pieces that are scattered around the desk. The thing of convenience and also of aesthetics is this monitor riser. Made of wood, it adds a bit of warmth and life to the white desk and becomes a place for placing things. The Mac Mini lives on it, and anything that I'm not currently using is just placed on it inside or over the riser. Review units, microfiber cloth, mic for recording reels, the D-brand cards that are my mic holder for reels, the Logitech MX Keys keyboard that is the keyboard for the Mac Mini. Beside it, you will see a matching wooden tray that continues the contrast. It houses all the small bits that often lie around my desk until I clean it up. Things like chapstick, an old Hollyland mic that does not work anymore, 2 pens. One is a fancy Lamy pen that was a gift and a very trustworthy Pilot, coins and a magnet for the Hollyland mic that does not work anymore, and this SIM tool which I'm waiting to focus. Yeah, the SIM tool. What's so special about a dumb SIM tool, you might ask? This one is shaped like a coin and I stole it off a special edition phone box. On one side you see a football and the other shows the logo of Argentina's national team with the 3 stars on top representing the 3 World Cups they won. And let me tell you, I am a big Messi fan. I've been watching football since 2011 and Messi made me fall in love with the game. And I've been a happy man since 2022, ever since Messi lifted his first World Cup. So this one SIM tool represents the love I have for football, for Messi, and for phones, special edition or not. Beside it are some special edition coasters from Uniqlo that I keep on the desk to keep it clean. These mostly occupy the left side of the food and drink side. The right side is the writing side, pun intended for all the righties. That is where you'll find the coolest looking notepad trackpad from a company called Rhoda, and right alongside it is the humbling journal that I told you about. I bought this on a trip to Italy last year. I was in Siena, where James Bond's Quantum of Solace was shot as well. On the front is a line that is attributed to Michelangelo. I am still learning. Every time I'm about to write something into it, I am reminded with precision that it does not really matter if I have 4,000 followers or 400,000 followers. There is room to grow. There is still more stuff to actually understand. I may know a certain few things more than a certain few people, but I am still learning. So let me know what you think about this tour of my desk, my life, my learnings. Links to all of these things, whatever I can find, are in the description. And tell me all of the different desk upgrades you would like me to try, because I am still learning.